Historic Rogues. This was from a Japanese tournament. About 50 people. Fortunately, cannot pronounce the name as it's in Japanese of the player, but it's kind of a turbo mill style. In Historic, the main benefits in Historic is you get slightly better mana, as well as access to Thoughtseize and Fatal Push, which are both really relevant for the format. This one's also playing Chart a Course to allow you to draw a bunch of cards. Historic being an Uro format, and then you have Kroxa and the Pyromancer, a lot of decks trying to abuse it. This is playing mainboard Cage. It's a bit at odds with Lurrus, but I still think it's reasonable to play it out. You're not really Lurrusing that often in the deck, and it gives you the option. You don't have to play it out if need be. You can always discard it to Chart a Course. One interesting inclusion was Soul Shatter. We'll see how it goes. Not too sure how good this one's going to be, but I wanted to play the deck for the most part as it was from the player there. Sideboard wise, the only change I made, they had 2 Scarab Gods. I don't see us getting generally to that much mana, to be honest. So I played Extinction Event. I've liked Extinction Event in my standard version of the deck as well. It's very good against like Gruul and some of the creature decks, just to give you a catch-up mechanic when you're getting outpowered. Otherwise, you have Noxious Grasps for creature matchups, some more Disfigures for creature removal, another Grafdigger's Cage, Soul Guide Lantern, Gusts. Anti-Cognition is interesting. It's a way to target creatures or planeswalkers. 2, if not hard counter, if there's 8 cards, and then a Disdainful Stroke as well as some negates. Notably with the mana base, you have a Fetid Pool. Ipnu Rivulet is a way you can sacrifice to mill your opponent 4 cards for the late game, and then a couple castles as well. So we'll see how this one fares out. Haven't played. Play first. Let's try it. Turn 2 Crab would be really nice. Okay. Mono red. This could be Goblins. So I think we just get the mill going. Yeah. Okay, so it's Autumn's List. So there's not going to be too much removal on the main board, so we can start trying to hit key pieces of their deck. Don't think it matters right now. So notably, hit a Herald's Horn. Let's see what's going up top. So next turn we can see a Chieftain come down. We also have the Krenko. I think the Krenko actually at this junction scares me the most. The nice thing here is we could kind of control the top of their library. So I'm actually cool with them drawing a land here. If they want to cast Matron, they can, and then I'll mill them. Their turn is probably... because Chieftain lets you go just smack in this turn. Needs some action. Okay. Haven't hit a Muxus yet, which is kind of annoying. Next turn they can go double. we just play this out? I think we need a blocker this turn. I can block and then use Luris. They play the land, they can play Chieftain. Lets them hit for 9. So they got the fairway. We've literally not drawn a single spell. Which, you can't win many games of Magic without drawing spells. This could be... Okay, so Drown's actually pretty solid as well. Got double Drowned. I actually think I like that more than the Luris this turn. They just draw a land. Blast Zone seems weird in their list. This is probably Muxus. Yeah, Cranko. I think we're still dead. Yeah, we're still dead. They went fair on us. It helps if we draw spells, I think. So this is an event where like Extinction Event's good, and then we'll bring in the Aether Gus. Probably want the Stroke as well. Coming out, Chart a Course, Soul Shatter. Wind Robbers seem okay. Kind of want to play at instant speed, to be honest. I think we trim a Thoughtseize. Just trim the Wind Robbers. They're not great blockers. It's only 1 a turn. I'd rather have Crab. Alright. So this is a hand. We can do things, which is nice for once. So I'm going to shock Say Go. I'm going to Thieves Guild, then play the Crab. Oh, almost screwed that up. Let's see if they want to trade. They don't. So they probably brought in a Braids. That's fine. They play a Braid. They have to decide between one of 3 of our threats. Okay, they go Herald's Horn. Starts getting the mill going pretty quick. One Muxus down. Also, a lot of ramp went... Oh, shit. Okay, well, we sent the message with that crab. Let him know what's up. Okay. Matron. 39 cards. Really want like an into the story. Okay, so let's start by milling. I'm gonna hold this turn. Get another Muxus. Seems like they're trying to use this as ramp, so I do want to kill it. Just use Luris as an attacker. Okay, so that means it's a land or a non-creature. It's a land because I missed the land last turn. Let him play Prospector. We kill Prospectors, stunt their mana growth. Okay, we also got into the story. So let's see what they do here. I do think we want it into the story. Nice thing is this show, like both of these make it so we have a priority. Okay, they just go another matron. They're thinning out their deck a bit more. So we need a counter for this, because then it starts getting out of hand. Guess they could sack. We got some blockers though. This is hurting us this turn. Not being able to kill these. We might want like Heartless Act. Oh, we can block two of these. Taking a good chunk here. Another Thieves Guild is decent. I don't think we can mill them out. I do need to kill this. Okay, so... That's 9 cards. Takes them to 14. This will be another 4. Don't have enough. If I Luris, I don't have enough. So I need to Thieves Guild here, and then have the Fatal push up as well. We needed a Fabled Passage. If we had Fabled Passage, we would have had the mill win. So I'm going to wait till combat, let them do their thing, and then try to kill this haste enabler. Okay, that's fine. That seems odd that they didn't sack. So they have all these tokens, but they can't even attack. Kill that. Got him. Got him, got him, got him! Maybe we just want Soul Shatter just as a way to hit, have more removal. Hey Schlug, how's it going? I think we run it back. We'll probably see a Braid now. They didn't have it last game, but we can expect them to have it. This mana is awful. Hand's pretty dope, though. Swamp. Give me a swamp. If we had a swamp here, it'd be so good. Disfigure this. Yeah, no complaints. Living the dream. I think we do this. See what they come down with here. I think we just offer the trade here. Okay, got a Muxus out of the way. Here we get Cage down. Drown in the Lock could counter whatever. Same with Anti-Cognition. So probably want to prioritize this Anti-Cognition. Okay, I guess Blast Zones for Cage. If they want to spend their whole turn, then I'm fine. We're a bit slower this turn. Therefore, it's going to be a no for me. Want to keep Fabled Passage for Revolt later, or if we draw a Crab. How many cards? 5. We don't get the Scry, but I think doing that is fine. That also puts 6 if they try to play Muxus. So we don't get to cast anything from the graveyard, but it's still a 3/2 lifelink. Can gain us some life. Important thing is just countering if they have another Muxus. So the cool thing here is this actually lets us cast this now because it's still our turn. I can't let a Muxus resolve. They get too much value off that. Sick. How are you tapping? In case we hit land, which we do. Disdainful Stroke is also awesome here. Can deal future Muxus. I want to keep this for Revolt. Okay, that's fine. 4 mana, and they lose a land. Hey, Simster, how's it going? Do I want to take 5 against goblins? No. What you got? I'll take your braid. That was actually pretty good, getting Thoughtseize out of our hand. Okay. Think we're gonna mill them at the end of the turn. Just the higher density of like spells we take out of their deck, the better it is. Do I care about that? Probably not. Lets me get this Fatal Push out of my 3 blue, 4 blah. Do I want to take 3? Probably. Let's see what we hit. Crabby. You know you're in a good spot when you start activating Castle against the Goblins player. Okay, so really Muxus and Krenko we have answered. Their Hasters I'm not too concerned with. We've seen 2 Muxus, 2 Krenkos out of the opponent. I think we're willing to do 1 more card draw here. Let's mill them. Okay, got rid of some more of the Hasters. Fatal Push is a great draw. This is also good because it lets us scry, so we can just set up our draws. Another Krenko down's great. One cards. Got another Thought Thief's good. Speeds up the clock. So we're kind of taking them out on 2 angles. They're at 17 cards. We can scry to set up our draws. We have Extinction Event as a failsafe. Yeah, good game. Opponent drew a lot of lands, but we were also kind of controlling the top of their library. Up to Damon 3. Welcome all. Hope you're doing well. I'm MTG Joe. If you haven't already done so, we are doing a giveaway on the channel. 1,000 gems to Arena, thanks to the Content Creator Program. All you have to do is follow this channel here. So it's free to follow, and I'll be doing the draw later this evening after the stream. Once I kind of download everything, pull it together, and I'll announce it and reach out to the individual. Yeah, that one was a tricky one to navigate. You have to kind of control goblins on a couple angles because they're both a combo deck and an aggressive deck. I don't love this hand. Oh my god. This hand with like a land. Like one watery grave. Okay, well, it looks like we're keeping this. I think we... actually do this. Can I take that first hand back? Yikes. You know what we're not set up to beat? You know what? I'm going to take a draw step. But the thing is, here they're going to know we're rogues. I should have just conceded. They're going to have the burn. Our hand's not equipped to deal with this. BTE stomp. Worst case. Okay, robber. No blocks. I need the chart, of course, to get back in this. Jeez, and they're on Chain Whirler too. Okay, we're dead. Why is everybody on like mono red? Extinction Events. We don't need cages here. Thought Seizes could come out in this matchup. Aether Gus, Anti-Cognition in. 61 cards. Soul Shatter's probably fine. Crabs are fine as blockers. Probably cut a chart, of course. I think we need to fix the removal in this deck. We are not playing enough permission to be this lax. And like mono red, as soon as they go wide, they could get under us. We'll try it out. We also multi 5 there. I can't really hold the deck too much in that regard. You could only play to what you're dealt. Plus, I'm pretty sure we got a free loss set because we just went to Diamond 3. Okay, we'll keep this one. This can be a surprise blocker. Soul Scar is kind of annoying. Kind of stunts their turn. Because like that way they don't get to set up a stomp, they don't get to... They would have been able to double BTE last turn. Seems like an odd one to keep back on top. guess it's free. Oh, we've just drawn horribly. Yeah, we need to fix the removal in this deck. Chart of Course is not something we should be playing. It doesn't allow you to hold up instant speed removal. Yeah, we're dead. We did. Extinction Event doesn't really do too much on this board state. Let's fix up this. The removal needs to be a bit better. Felt that a bit in the Goblins matchup as well. Probably want Heartless Act, I would think. So Anti-Cognition hasn't been too bad, but I think we still... I think I actually want these Extinction Events main. So maybe one Extinction Event main. Play a second Anti-Cognition sideboard. There is like reason to play like so eliminate hits most threats in the aggro shells. It also hits Narset, hits Uro, hits Thing. So we're probably on the heart. The other alternative is we play the Aether Gust main. Hits most of mono red. Most of the format is. That leaves us... I don't like this Soul Shatter. I think maybe we play Censor. Couple copies of Censor. Keep the Anti-Cognition down. Instead of Disfigure, let's play Eliminate. So we have two events. We have that. Like, event hitting our own stuff's whatever. If we need to control the board, we could win through mill. These could cycle late game, draw us a card. Also gives us some more permission main. Probably also want at least an Agadim in here. Draw a card. I think it's of one mind, of one. So this is the one that they were playing, because you have humans and non-humans. Human, human, crab, merfolk. So it basically ends up being like a 1 mana draw 2. How many lines are we playing otherwise? 22. Go back up. Go back up the rivulet. Oh no, let's play the Agadim. Okay, let's try this out. I think this hedges our aggro matchups a bit better. I'm still not certain if you want to be on Luris for this deck. I think ultimately you're probably better off with Brazen Borrower. And then you could play 1 or 2 Zareth San on the top end. The Crab does help because you can mill out your opponent. Like, there's a lot of decks that are self-milling as well. Holy shit, there's a hand we can keep. Here, so it's probably Sultai. probably want to do this. Into Fatal Push. Thoughtseize. Okay, so here I need to get cards in the graveyard to turn on this Drown in the Lock. So this will mill them 3. That'll be the 4th. So it does turn on their Uro. We also need to dig for... So this will be an interesting matchup to see, can we race Uro? Okay, so this is 4 color. They missed the land drop, which is notable. So they can't do that. So let's bring this to hand. They can't Nisa this turn, and Nisa's the only thing I care about at this point. They also... Okay, so there's Uro. Okay, they missed the land. So what my plan for next turn was, I was going to attack on their upkeep. I was going to sack my guy to turn on Revolt. So that way I could have interacted with them. Okay, so Soul Guide. We want the Noxious Grasps. Disdainful Stroke. Anti-Cognition. Aether Gust. Negate. Negate. Okay, so let me see what we're cutting here. Extinction Event. Probably don't need... I don't think this is a Crab in matchup. 5 cards to cut. Of One Mind could probably also come out here. Soul Guide Lantern also could target stuff. 4 cuts. Luris is still free. We could probably trim down a Fatal Push here. Get rid of an Agadeem. The matchups will go longer, so we'll naturally have a bit more. Do we just cut all the Fatal Push? Doesn't leave me too many outs to Uro. So actually I think I want to eliminate over Fatal Push. It's more consistent to hit. They can get ahead on mana. So maybe we trim a Censor. Trim a Wind Robber. How am I winning? You know what? I think we do want the crabs. Try to get them that way there. Because the Wind Robber's pretty mediocre. It'll just get blocked by like Shark Typhoon or anything like that. The crabs could stick around. They can mill them a bit. Just try to... Although it turns on Uro. So this lets them use removal this turn, but I like to have the optionality of next turn to use Aether Gust if needed. So notable there, we hit a couple breeding pools. They don't have green mana right now, which is nice. So they're highlighting Crab. I don't think the extra point of damage right now is worth playing out Thieves Guild. They're probably taking Into the Story. But let's see if they take Thieves Guild. They don't. You want to give them the chance here to like pick, like if they don't pick it, right? Like we could play Thieves Guild out. Okay, that's really good. Okay, so they know we have the Fabled past this, so we'll play this out. They kept Thoughtseize in against us, which is interesting. If they want to remove this, that's fine. Why did they bring Aether Gust in against us? I should have put this to hand. That was wrong. Let's get rid of this. We don't have the... Like, it's worse here if we draw the crab, but I don't particularly want to mill them at this point, I don't think. Because they can find Uro. We'll do this, but hope they don't hit Uro. This kind of entices them for this extinction event. Got him! Sultai, nice